Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to put a potential solution under the microscope. We are breaking down the PELONIS ceramic tower heater, looking at everything from its best features to its biggest flaws to see if it's the answer for that cold spot in your house. Okay, first things first, let's just hit the highlights. We're going to look at the specs, the big splashy numbers that the company uses to sell this thing. And gotta say, on paper, they're pretty compelling. 3 seconds. Let that sink in. The company claims this heater can bring the air up to 70 degrees in just 3 seconds. That's basically instant heat. And that is a massive, massive selling point. So how big of a space are we talking about here? Well, it's designed for rooms up to 220 square feet. Now, to put that into perspective, think of a good-sized bedroom or a pretty spacious home office. That's the sweet spot for this heater. And here's a number for anyone who, like me, really values their peace and quiet. On its lower settings, it hums along at under 55 decibels. That's about as loud as a quiet conversation, so it's a really solid option for a bedroom or any space where you need to focus. Okay, so those are the key stats. Now, let's talk about where this heater really, really shines. We're going to get into the pros, the features that make this thing a serious contender for a lot of people out there. Its core strengths really boil down to 4 main things. It's super fast, it covers a wide area because it oscillates, you get a ton of control, and it's got great safety features built right in. Let's start by digging into just how much control you actually get. The customization here is actually really impressive. You've got 4 different modes to choose from, including an energy-saving eco mode and even a fan-only option for when you don't need heat. Throw in a programmable thermostat, a timer, and a remote control, and you've got a machine that you can really dial into your exact needs. And listen, this isn't just marketing hype. Actual users are backing this up. This review right here pretty much nails the 2 things people seem to love the most, that crazy fast heating and the way it spreads the warmth around with its oscillation feature. And then there's the safety stuff, which, let's be honest, is all about peace of mind. If it gets knocked over by a pet or a kid, it shuts off. If it starts getting too hot for some reason, it shuts off. The plastic it's made from is even flame retardant. These aren't just bonuses, these are essential features. Okay, I know, it's sounding pretty great so far, but a good review has to look at the whole picture. So now we need to pump the brakes and talk about the downsides, the cons, and the little quirks you need to know about. First up is the age-old trade-off, performance versus cost. That 1500-watt heating element is what makes it so powerful, but yeah, it's gonna draw some serious juice. If you're running this thing on high for hours every day, you are absolutely going to see that on your next electricity bill. No doubt about it. Performance right out of the box is one thing, but what about longevity? That leads us to a really important question. Beyond that first winter, how well is this thing actually put together? And this is where we start to see some red flags. This quote from a user on Reddit points to some real potential weaknesses in the build quality. They call out plastic parts as brittle plastic garbage that just broke. And get this, a repair would have cost more than just buying a new one. Yikes. That's the kind of feedback that really makes you question its long-term durability. And there are a few other little quirks people have mentioned. The remote needs a clear line of sight to work, which can be annoying. Some users have even said its signal can mess with their other electronics. The sensors can sometimes throw an error code that locks up the whole unit, and it might just not have enough oomph for a really big or drafty room. So, we've seen the good, the bad, and the brittle. Now it's time to put it all together. This is the final verdict, where we figure out if this heater is actually the right one for you. This is it, the moment of truth. We've laid out all the facts, the good and the bad. So, should you add this heater to your shopping cart? Well, like with most things, the real answer depends entirely on what you're looking for. Let's make this really simple. Look at the column on the left. If you need to heat up a normal-sized room fast, if you love having lots of controls and a remote, and if safety and quiet are high on your list, then yeah, this thing is probably a great fit. But now, look at the column on the right. If you're trying to heat a huge, drafty space, if you're the kind of person who wants a rock-solid appliance that'll last a decade, or if you're watching every single penny on your power bill, you might want to keep on looking. So here's the bottom line. The PELONIS tower heater seems like a really solid, feature-packed choice if what you want is comfort right now. It does its job, and it does it well. But from what we're seeing, it's probably not a buy-it-for-life kind of appliance. And that really leaves you with one last question to ask yourself. What's more important to you? Are you looking for that powerful, convenient warmth you can get today? Or are you investing in something with long-term durability that you can count on for years and years to come? Your answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know.